Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin tonight with new developments on a nearly 30-year-old story. Good evening and thanks for joining us. An Annandale, Minnesota man arrested for child pornography may be linked to the 1989 disappearance of Jacob Wetterling.
He was 11 years old when he was abducted in October of 1989 near his home in central Minnesota in a case that reverberated across the state and the country. 52-year-old Daniel James Heinrich was arrested and is charged with 5 counts of possessing and receiving child pornography. Authorities say during a search warrant served on Heinrich's residence in July, investigators found 19 3-ring binders filled with pornographic images of young boys. Jacob's image was not among those in the collection. Now, officials who met earlier with Jacob's parents say that Heinrich is not being charged in connection with Jacob Wetterling's abduction, but is being named a person of interest in this case.
Let me be very clear. The defendant has denied any involvement in the disappearance of Jacob Wetterling and is not charged at this time with any crime related to that disappearance.
Given the nature of these charges and as a result of similarities between the abduction of Jacob Wetterling, a number of unsolved sexual assaults in central Minnesota dating back to the 1980s, and the alleged criminal actions by Danny Heinrich, we consider him to be a person of interest in the Wetterling abduction.
The Wetterling family released a statement today that reads in part, "For 26 long years, we have said that somebody knows something. We are so grateful for the prayers, the support, and the hope shared in our search for Jacob and the search for answers." This is a developing story, so look for updates on valleynewslive.com and on Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Some breaking news now. Murder charges have been dropped against the teen who claimed to have killed a man in Moorhead. Authorities say 16-year-old Zachary St. Clair confessed to killing 55-year-old Bradley Carrington because Carrington had allegedly been sexually abusing him for several years. He then changed his story, saying he lied to protect his brother Anthony Rodriguez of Fargo. Rodriguez is charged with second-degree murder in this same case. Meanwhile, a Moorhead police spokesperson tells us that a charge is being filed in juvenile court against St. Clair, but isn't sure what it is. KFGO News is reporting that St. Clair will be charged with aiding an offender.
Cool and cloudy out there today. Wonder if parts of the valley will maybe see some snow tonight? Let's head over to Hutch for the answer. Hutch?
Well, the answer for that is no, because these clouds just holding no moisture in them as far as sizable flakes go. In fact, we're starting to see those clouds break up as the Skycam showed a gorgeous sunset in the making. We have improving conditions as we go through the evening. Temperatures will hold fairly steady in the FM area in the low 40s and upper 30s. Wind is going to be light and shifting as we enjoy a quiet evening, but cool. Still, the jacket will come in handy. Severe Winter Weather Awareness Week continues, so we want to make sure that you remember your home. Things like carbon monoxide detectors and smoke detectors can keep your family safe when we use that furnace a little more throughout the upcoming season. More on it if there's going to be more snow in the forecast, but a little warm up to talk about too.
Good. Doesn't sound too spooky.
No, not at all.
All right, thanks.
You bet.
Hopes of finding the third victim of a boating accident that claimed the lives of 3 Baudette men on Lake of the Woods earlier this month, they're beginning to fade. Keith Ayers remains missing. The bodies of Justin Hockvet and Cody Ostendorf were recovered 2 weeks ago. Sheriff Gary Fish says the large-scale search has been scaled back to occasional air searches when agencies are available.
You know, we've done a few more boat searches along the shoreline, but for the most part, we're sticking to air searches at this point.
Sheriff Fish says they should still be able to see a body from the air, but once the lake freezes over, chances become very slim of finding the last victim.
An unusual house fire this morning in North Fargo. The fire was located between the outside step and the foundation of the home. Family members say they came home to find heavy smoke. They did smell smoke earlier in the morning when they left the home, but they just thought it was neighbors burning leaves.
First we had left home and I thought somebody was just burning a wood fire. And then we had come back home and there was smoke inside the house. And so we'd come outside and then we see in the porch, smoke coming out of the porch.
Couldn't believe your eyes?
Nope, it was weird because we smoke cigarettes, but we haven't smoked this morning, so we had no possible idea what could have been.
At this point, investigators say there's no known cause for that fire.
Thousands of people will see their health care premiums go up. Minnesota recently approved rate hikes on premiums for many private insurance companies. Valley News Team's Macy Enger looked into how this could take a chunk out of your wallet. She joins us now with much more. Macy?
Stephanie, dozens voiced their concerns on our Facebook page about these increases. One Crookston man told me a few years ago he says his family premium was $247 a month for 3 people. This year's quote is about $250 a person. Minsher says that this change impacts families who buy insurance on their own. Those who get insurance through work shouldn't be impacted. The increase varies by the company, but you could see a change on your premiums from 14 to 49%. Open enrollment for several companies starts Sunday, giving many people a chance to shop around and change their policy. Minsher advises to check out the group's site because several families could be eligible for tax deductions. Otherwise, the rate changes for many companies go into effect January 1st. Now, I did speak with several local insurance companies that used to sell health insurance. Many say they've gotten out of business because it's just too complicated.
Wow. And Macy, it's not just people in Minnesota. North Dakota as well. Blue Cross Blue Shield is saying that they're going to see an average family of a rate increase of about 12%. Is that right?
Yes.
All right.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Macy.
The high cost of going to college will be tackled again in the Minnesota legislature. Minnesota State Representative Ben Lean of Moorhead and House Minority Leader Paul Thiessen got together with college students, their parents, faculty, and administrators to search for solutions at Minnesota State University Moorhead today. Minnesota students carry more college debt than those in most other states. A new study says they rank number 5 with an average debt of nearly $32,000. Representative Lean says lawmakers made some progress last session, but he says there's much more that can be done.
The way Minnesota's economy is going, with the way the state budget continues to be in a healthy position, I really hope we can continue to build off what we've done over the last couple of years in terms of tuition freezes, even seeing tuition cuts at the 2-year schools now, really building on that progress.
Minnesota's legislative session starts in early March.
If you've ever wondered why the cost of a new home is so high in the Fargo-Moorhead area, a top official with the National Home Builders Group says he has the answer. Jerry Howard says government regulation plays a big role. Figures from the National Association of Realtors show the average price of a home in Fargo, nearly $250,000. That's $45,000 more than the national average, $55,000 more than the statewide. Howard says the demand for quality housing is a factor driving costs. He says overall the nation's housing market is on the upswing and says making home loans a bit more difficult to get is actually a positive.
A local athlete is heading to a national competition, but not necessarily to win. Nathan Coverstone is training for his first CrossFit competition. And there's a fundraiser this weekend to help him get to the national CrossFit competition for severely wounded veterans or permanently injured civilians. He says CrossFitting has changed his life since he lost his leg to a tumor a few years ago.
I still have all the abilities I've ever had. I'm not disabilitied. I have to adapt. But adapting is what human beings do. It's ubiquitous. We all adapt to our circumstances. When you go to college, you adapt. When you first have a family, you adapt. When you have kids, you certainly adapt. Having your body be different is nothing more than a new adaptation.
Saturday's fundraiser is at the Drecker Brewing in downtown Fargo. It's called Barbells and Brews Brawl. If you can't make it and you'd like to donate, go to Valley News Live's website, valleynewslive.com, and click on the Hot button. Some of the most creative people alive are scam artists. We're constantly telling you about their latest approaches and what to look out for. Tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10, a personal story of how scammers on Craigslist tried pulling a fast one on something I was selling. Within hours, I got emails from 2 separate people. I really appreciate your quick response to my text. I'll be buying it from you. Kindly withdraw your advertisement from Craigslist and consider it sold.
Craigslist is very unique. It's kind of like the Wild West. There's some good things about it, some not so good things about it. Bottom line, there's plenty of people out there who are looking to rip you off.
Now tonight at 10, find out how I responded to the would-be scammers and give you some advice to avoid being a victim yourself.
That is not good. It's scary.
No, it's not.
All right, well, we're creeping up on Halloween, so running into a scare or two is normal this time of year. Later, we'll go looking for some paranormal trouble at the famous Fargo Theater.
Chilly weather as we head into our evening, but a warming trend takes hold. I'll have details on that coming up right after this.